Hello, everybody. It is the Five Takes podcast, and we are back.
I'm not gonna be used to not laughing at some stupid pun, Glenn. I can't. I get it. I respect where you are mentally with this team. I completely respect it, but like, I don't know. I feel like we still have our jobs to do in terms of entertaining the Atlanta United fan base. I also realize you only get what you give when it comes to an energy standpoint, but like, our community deserves better than this. I'm just putting that out there.
Absence
It's
makes the
been
heart
noticed.
grow
Well,
fonder. People will be so happy when it comes back. We will all be so happy when
I,
this team comes back. We'll be elated, over the moon. We won't know what to do with ourselves. My hands, my hands. What do I do with my hands?
hey! But I've got a title
Okay.
since
Hit me.
you did it.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Regale us.
this is the one where we went for some poutine and the same old routine.
That's pretty good.
Wow,
I
wow,
have done a number
wow.
of poutine reference titles, but that one might be the best, actually. It's pretty good.
The irony of bringing up poutine is I literally just put together some poutine inspired specials at the restaurant at the
Ha!
hotel.
Excellent.
I was actually trying them out when I was actually trying them out this
What
past.
is the Costa Rican take on poutine?
So it's really funny because nobody in
Yeah.
Costa Rica actually knows what
I
poutine
don't imagine
is.
they would. This is why I
I'm
asked.
calling them papas borrachas, which
Okay.
means drunk fries.
Okay.
Wait,
Fries.
All right.
So when I explained
fries with what?
Yes.
drunk
Yes.
fries, papas
Drunk
Okay, I
borrachas.
got
fries.
you.
Okay,
Yep,
that's
yep,
what I
yep.
thought. I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah. So
All right.
what we've done, and it's actually like really delicious.
Yeah.
Number one, you can't get cheese curds in Costa Rica unless you make them yourself.
Yeah.
But you can get melty cheese that comes from Monteverde, and it's really tasty.
Cheese curds are
And it's
not that good anyhow.
Well, it
You don't
depends.
understand how long we spent talking about cheeses and textures to go through the variety of cheeses that you can or can't acquire
Yeah,
in
I
Costa
tried
Rica
out
to
7
make
different kinds of cheese
it was
till I got the right one.
That is the
And
least
then-
shocking thing I've ever heard in my life. That tracks. Yeah.
And so what I'm doing for the gravy is they have a pretty national dish called a sopa negra, which is like a black bean soup. Okay, so I take this black bean soup, which is actually made with like chicken stock and black beans, and it's vegetables, and it's really, really flavorful, very similar to like Cuban black beans with a little natilla, whatever. Anyway, I reduce it out and I thicken it with a little bit of cornstarch until it's got like a gravy consistency. So now I'm, drizzling thickened sopa negra on top of yummy crispy French fries with some melty cheese.
Okay.
And a little drizzle of natilla, which is like local sour cream. And everybody I've offered this to as kind of like a sample was like, give me more.
All right. It's creative.
So Costa Rican poutine is a thing.
It's creative. It's right up your alley. It's something I would expect you to come up with some mad laboratory concoction, conglomeration, bastard child dish of two things. Yeah.
One of these days, I will get my black bean and rice French fries to work with my casado.
Bring them to the tailgate.
And we've been talking
Come
about this since last Thanksgiving, which is when I started down this journey with
Yes,
Jen
this
on
is-
the
yeah, it's
on the
always an
Costa Rican
evolution. You
poutine.
have-
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Time
last Thanksgiving
things.
when we still had like hope and aspirations and dreams for this season, what it could be, and we were still feeling okay even though we were knocked out. We ended well, and we were looking forward to the prospects of improvements, and boy, what a journey. What a journey this season has been.
You know what, though? You know what,
Yeah.
Glenn? On the opposite side of that spectrum, when when at some point in time the ship rights itself, which it will because sports is inherently cyclical,
Mhm.
right? We are going to feel a level of joy and fulfillment that I think we didn't get to have in 2018 because we didn't know any better.
I got you.
We didn't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
how bad it could
Yeah,
in fact be.
Right. We
No.
didn't.
No, this is like the dark days of the Braves in like 1984, where they literally had to pay people in beer to come out to the ballpark.
Truist Park is kind of looking like that now if you've watched a game lately because the Braves are trash as well. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, and I agree with
You
you.
know.
I agree with you. We didn't know what pain was like for the first
No.
3 years. We had no idea. We had that brief blip in 2020 where we just thought it was a blip because it was painful for everybody.
Right.
And then it's been nothing but pain
I-
since.
And
Oh,
let
I'm
me tell
starting to
you,
feel a little bit though like the fact that our team does continue to get kicked in the face, and even if often the boot that it's their own boot that's kicking them in the face, um, they do keep getting back up, right? Like we did stay in this match, granted against literally the worst team,
Mm-hmm.
who did not look like the worst team against us, though
well,
we should have had two more goals if we could finish a shot, if we could literally pass it into the back of the net, um, we'd have a win here. But at least they're still truly fighting to the end. And once again, you have Alexi, um, who's the one DP that can seemingly find himself on the end of a chance. It doesn't, even if it's not a
I
beauty, he
was
was there.
encouraged. I was encouraged by a new guy whose name I haven't bothered to learn yet. Baragal,
Barricall.
Baragal,
Barricall.
Bar,
Baracol.
Barricall.
Baracol.
Baracol. I was encouraged by the fact that he seems to know where the posts are when he sets up for a set piece. That was encouraging. Why are you making that face at me, Glenn? Glenn's making this face where he's like his head is in his hands.
Just
Look,
Like
the standards, man. The standards
we
I,
that
do
have dropped.
understand that the
Like the
bar
things we
is
are so happy about.
so low.
Oh, cool. They know that.
I
It
mean,
just
you know,
it just it harkens back to like just what this team has been consistently this season, especially this season apart from others. And the praise that God bless the 92-9 team and Mike and Jason and all the other outlets out there, the professional, the ones who do it for a living. Not us who just do it for the laughs, who still find like objective things to talk about and some positivity and the praise that they're able to give the team. It's always just about the most basic of stuff, like here's a quote from Maddie from postgame from Madison Cruz. We know how this team wants to play. We've seen how this team wants to play, but it's almost like you're getting caught up in the moment. We want to do something more, and you're seeing it. They're eager, and they want to win, so they're almost doing too much, and they're overthinking it. You know what's really depressing about that quote, apart from the quote itself?
what, Glenn?
That's from April. That's from the Orlando match. And it applies. It absolutely applies. You guys had no idea. None. And nor should you. Because it has been like that the whole season. They want to do more. They want to fight. We've seen fight. And this is a professional soccer team with professional players that just can't even get up to a most basic of basic standards. And it's maddening, man. It's infuriating what we have to just be happy with. Little bits of progress. Oh, this is taking a step. You mean we can't put this together after this long? Really? It's tough. But I appreciate what they do. And I don't mean to call Maddie out. I don't. I mean, what else can you say? She does a great job.
I don't remember. I was just going to
What else can
say,
you
like,
say?
I don't think you're calling her out in quoting
No.
her with a quote
It's
that
accurate.
she had that was very
It's
astute
accurate.
and
It was
observant.
accurate then. It's accurate
And
now.
and look, more power to her, and like
Absolutely.
you said, the rest of the broadcast team that are able to continue to dig in and find objective improvement and stats and things like that. And I think there are things that are showing some more signs of life than maybe certain other matches that we've had to watch this season.
Sure.
But it boils down to a lack of consistency over 90 minutes, and it boils down to really, at this point in time, some rather questionable player personnel decisions that are being made,
Yeah.
given run of play and performance.
We did get through the 15 minutes of doom. We gave up
That's
a
two
goal
matches in a row.
Barely.
in a different spot.
But yes.
But I do think that there are legitimate questions to be raised, even though, to be completely honest with you, I am shocked in no way, shape, or form that they put the lineup out there that they did. There's been nothing to indicate anything otherwise. The directive has clearly been, these are the guys, get them to play together, and the other ones, play them so you can move on who you can move on. That's my interpretation of what we're seeing. And you're not just going to throw out every kid into the middle of that, even if we did see a marked improvement.
Nope.
You have to also just keep in mind that while Montreal is no, top top flight competitor, um, they were better than the team that was playing for nothing, in our home
You
state.
think they were better? I don't know that they were that
I
much
don't know
better
that
than
they
I
were
that.
think
better,
they were
but
They
that
what's
much
the word I'm
better
looking
to
their
for?
go
goal
from
I don't
four
their
goals
I
to
goal.
don't
one.
I think what I'm saying is I don't think that we trot the homegrowns out there and all of a sudden like that's an exponentially different
I
match.
don't
Maybe it
I
might
don't
have
think it
been,
was.
but that doesn't serve us it doesn't do us any good. The team is trying to figure out, I think, at this point on whether or not there's anybody in the world that would take Latte Lot. Like, I don't even know what to say,
Oh, hey, look. Miami has not
right?
survived the 15 minutes of doom. They've conceded in the.
What?
Miami has conceded in the 50th minute. We're not alone, y'all.
Good for them.
2-1 Orlando.
I think that the one thing I would like to point out was the personnel on Wednesday wasn't so vastly different, except in two major areas, two big pieces that we've been talking about, and they're you just mentioned one of them. I see no reason at all. I get it, Jamal's hurt, but like Latte has been running very cold. Why would you not run the kid
I
out
don't know.
that did everything and then some that you
I
asked for?
have no idea,
I
man.
don't get the I do I'm with
No
you now,
minutes for
Glenn. I
Togashi
don't
at
get
all.
the Cayman nothing. I don't
Look,
I don't get
here's
it.
what makes
It's
zero
weird.
zero sense. I'm just jumping into takes two and three real quick. Muyamba, right? Not good. Did not have a good half. He has had some moments throughout the season, but yesterday was not his game.
Yesterday was not one of
And
his
you can
better
So,
try you
outings.
can blame Lennon for the goal, which I did in real time, but
oh, it's
reality is Lennon
Muyamba is
comes over to cover for Muyumba.
correct
It's
because he wasn't
Muyumba on who
exactly
the goal's
100%.
on him.
So he was subbed at half, and that makes sense. Latte Lot, not good in the first half. Missed as close to what could be a sitter as could be. Not a full on sitter, but close. And he played 90 minutes. Make it make sense. What's Togashi got to do? What's he got to do, man? Like, you have a large enough sample size. I'm sorry. I don't want to keep ragging on this man. It's not fun. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that for anyone. Like, we on this pod are acutely aware of these players are human beings. They're real people and they struggle like we all struggle, and we talk about mental health all the time. All the time. But he's not good for my mental health. It's just I don't want to. Like, we have enough. Like, he's not it. He is just
You're not
so
wrong.
not clinical at all.
It was so frustrating.
But he gets a
So
run out every time. Every
because
time.
I didn't want to watch this by myself because no one should.
Hey,
Um,
and
we
that's the right approach. But I'm cutting you off. But I just want to shout out Atlanta United real quick. I've got two words for them, for this club, the whole club, all the players that were out last night. Thank you. Thank you for being so bad that I didn't feel like going out, and that had me staying home. And because I stayed home, I rescued a dog. So there's that. Found a dog in my front yard last night. Sweetest little puppy, not a puppy, kind of an older dog that you could be. I did post that last night because my takes were delayed because I had to hit pause on the game. But he was just curled up in my front yard. Like, I just walked past my front door and there was this black lump sitting in my front yard. I'm like, what is this? Locked my dog up real quick, went outside, called it, and he just limped his way over to me. Got him a little food and water and found his owner, and she came and got him, and there was tears, and it was very emotional and very sweet. I'm happy to have him home. But had this team been very good, I'd be at Jolene Jolie or any other
well,
number of
I
listen.
bars.
mean,
So
I
so
do
So
want to
so
point out.
I'm finding positivity. I'm trying. I'm trying to find something good.
so the point
I
I
Yeah.
was trying to
Go
make,
ahead.
right, is I did go out to watch the game with a group
Yep.
because it feels better to just
Agreed.
do it together. Um, Jess and I went out to Jolene, where All Stripes was having a watch party, and I was just thinking about that moment where Latte attempts to do what, in my opinion, is actually, in a cruel irony, the right decision, which is you've been having a really hard time finishing. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't go power, don't do this, just pass it into the back of the net.
Mm-hmm.
Fundamentals.
Yeah.
And then he does what he does, and the collective groan from like the entire just watch party just all at once was just
Mm-hmm.
uh
Yeah. Yeah, man.
and
Yeah.
and yeah, and so that makes it a little hard when you're dealing with that. Um, but you should do it together. So I'm sorry. I am glad that you rescued a dog though, Glenn.
Thank you. We
And
lost Jennifer here for a minute, or
we
at least her
Jen
video.
is
No,
now
She's here.
just a
I'm sorry.
moon.
She's here.
I'm here. I'm here.
Something
Okay,
happened.
you are there. So how about
Yes,
you,
I was
Jen?
listening.
Where were you? Were you dancing under the moonlight? Were you taking in something
No,
fun in
I was
Montana instead of this
no,
awfulness? Like
no,
Bear
I was
wrestling.
in kind of I was actually in kind of a couch coma
Oh.
because I'm here in Montana.
Mm.
So yeah. But in any case, I just the thing that boggles my mind is the, the stupid idiot meaningless stat, the XG stat of 3.68. So like, those are goals that should in theory be scored because none of
I
those, and
know.
we didn't have an overinflated XG
No.
where we had like a missed penalty or whatever. Those were legitimate chances that
We couldn't finish
quality
good chances. We created really good chances. The attack's been better. The
and
combinations in the
That's the
final
difference
third is
between games
better.
we've won and games that we haven't all season.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
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 So I mean, until they can figure out what the magic sauce is to put a goal in the back of the net on a consistent basis, I don't know what else to do.
I don't know, man. On top of not scoring, I'm tired of helping other teams score. That back pass from Moyamba, the blind back pass in like the 23rd minute, I was just like, you've got to be kidding me, man. Like you don't even look, you just kick the ball backwards. Like you were so lucky there, and it only got worse for him. But like those types of passes, I'm not talking about a pass you're trying to thread through deliberately, right, and it just doesn't come off. Okay, but that laziness, I don't know how else to say it. Like it doesn't become like a professional. It's unprofessional. It's unprofessional.
to a certain rhythm and we're doing a decent job. And in that moment, it's like we go into autopilot. And unfortunately, we've got an autopilot that has not had the full obstacle map loaded or something. And, you know, we're doing it, we're going down the right path. And then it's like, oh, look, off a cliff, just
But I also
nowhere.
don't think it is the worst thing in the world to sit a guy who is clearly not in form, who has clearly not, who's been given every opportunity to find said form all season, and you got not one but two kids behind him that are hungry, that are going out there and making the most of every opportunity that they're given. And granted, not every ball Jamal is getting is going into the back of the net. He's had some very good saves made on him, but he's definitely getting better looks on average
He
on
looks more
frame.
dangerous.
I he's in better places.
Yeah.
So I just, look, remember, let's go back to the beginning of the
Okay.
season when Latte Lot walked into the stadium and they're showing this, beautiful video of him, and he's like, oh, he is blinded by the light. Let him sit and think about it.
To be honest with
Let
you,
him.
Jen, I've thought about that a lot too, and I agree with you, but the conclusion that I have to come to is that we don't believe that mentally he will be able to come back from that.
Come back from
I thought
what?
Well,
like
then
because
you
why
put your.
else would you just
We
continue
want
to not
so we're
try to
worried
let this
about
get you
him.
down? Because we'll send him on the
Hold
bench
on.
for a
So we bench
half.
him, and we're worried about him being able to get back to the level he's at.
No, I'm saying right. I know what you're saying, but
You're saying you're
I'm
worried.
saying you may not get him.
Okay.
to any level.
So if
He's
we
not
And
so
you
doing
got a
here's
anything
the
$20
wrong.
thing,
million investment.
if we don't get him, and he completely checks out or whatever, and we wind up having to buy him out this offseason anyway,
Yeah.
We're
are
in the
we any
same
better or
place.
worse off than we
No,
were?
that's why I say you're right.
And
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
all for, like, I
But
get Ronnie's strategy, and Ronnie has been pretty open about it in his pregame comments in various matches where you got to keep playing him. You got to build up his confidence. You got to back him. Back your guy, right? Because if you bench him, that does something too. But some players react to that. But we'll never know because he's never really been benched, right?
And that's I think that's kind of the last card you have in the deck to play with this kid.
He should, like, we're not going to win 9 games in a row. That's not
No.
going to happen. So bench this guy nicely, for 3 matches straight, and then play him out the remaining 6 and see what you got, and see if that did anything. And then you'll be able to make maybe a more informed decision on a buyout or not.
I still think he is unfortunately he is missing that edge of hunger and
Feels
that
like it.
streak of villainy that we've had in strikers before him.
Yeah, you have
And
to be
I
a
do want
villain.
to,
You have to be a villain.
yeah, and speaking of fun villains, can we enjoy a moment of lovely Schadenfreude, please? Because like we all need some joy in our lives. And what do you know about all the drama going on with our old friend Yorgos Yakimakis?
Oh my
Glenn?
God, what a damn mess, man. Him and Cruz Azul, and like the amount of money that is being reported by some intrepid reporter out there that got some info. Probably somebody with the club got drunk at a bar and spilled stuff he shouldn't have spilled. They paid an insane amount of money for Yorgos, and he's contributed, like, goal contributions, goals and assists less than 15 on the season. Yeah, it's not going super well.
It's a season and a half. It's now into his second.
His whole
season.
career
It's a season and a half.
hasn't been good.
And he's ridden the pine quite a lot. And I think that's also one of the reasons why I bring this up is that they're paying Yorgos over at Cruz Azul basically, around the same amount of money that we were paying Latte Lot, and they weren't happy with him, and they said,
Well,
okay,
I don't know what his weekly
a lot
is.
more
The
flexibility there to just
transfer,
bring in
the
whoever,
fee
pay
they paid to
whoever.
get him was astronomical. I don't know what his weekly wages are,
Right.
but
But not the weekly.
and I think Liga MX is on a weekly. Anyhow, yeah, he's financially doing quite well.
What I do want to say though, like, look, I'm not trying to sugarcoat the fact that Latte Lot couldn't pass the ball into the back
I
of the net.
understand.
Okay,
I understand.
that was not good. However, if we want to look for signs to be optimistic, we have seen him legitimately combining with the other guys in dangerous ways multiple times over the last 2 matches. He had an absolutely, insane pass that he put right back across the face of the goal that could have very easily gone in if we were a team that was dangerous across the face of the goal. Um, he's had some combinations
True.
where he has finished and he's getting those looks. True. That is more than what we had been seeing previously.
So perhaps he's getting enough dangerous looks in moments and like a little good things enough to entice another team to think, well, maybe this will work in our system better, because all that stuff you're saying is
or we
true.
think that it's gonna fall.
It's all true. Everything you're saying is accurate,
Tim
but also what Jennifer was saying is accurate. That still isn't a villain role. Like, it's still not what we need. Yeah, it's okay. It's better, but he's clearly not the fucking guy that's just gonna, like, I hate to quote Yorgos because he's a villain now, but we have to kill ourselves, right? Like, he's not that guy. It doesn't appear to be.
While we are on the subject of whether or not Latte Lot is in fact that guy or not that guy, Tim Steimer completely disagrees with you, Amy. He says Latte is so not good. He does not create space for himself or others. His finishing does not exist. Empty goal, one to beat, pressure, no pressure, doesn't matter. Our best lineup has Miggy on the bench. Saba and Brennan are in form. Has anybody seen Riley mess up? Nah,
not really.
Me either.
No.
Anyone seen Miumba make a blind pass into the defensive third lately? Question mark. And he goes on to say the coach has to show he wants to win by sitting some expensive players and putting the team in position to win. Brennan and Riley must start. If Latte misses sitters, he
The
sits.
coach, man.
A standard set of expectations for playing time has to be established. To quote Tom Brady to his O line, "Do your job."
There's no way this coach can stay. If we
Save the
do
record, I
nothing,
don't disagree with anything that Tim Snyder
if we
just
do
said.
nothing over these
Okay.
remaining matches,
Just true.
like we're not going to make the playoffs, whatever. But if we do nothing over these 9 matches, you can't keep him, man. You just can't. Players have come and gone. We got new pieces. We got other pieces that have left. And you're telling me we can't see anything different over the course of 9 matches, which is a very real possibility, if not likely. And you're just going to roll with him? What? Like, that's the risk we run because now we're bringing in quote unquote Ronnie's guys. And
You're
if
not
Ronnie's
wrong.
guys don't do it
Totally
either, then
personal.
we're back to, okay, here's a new coach. These aren't his guys. What? How do we break this vicious cycle? What do we do?
I think that is the case, Glenn. Like, I can only read into the fact that we continue to play them, that the directive is figure it out. Figure it out with these guys, because if we're gonna be, hitting the eject button at the end of this season to bring in new DPs again, we need to know that, like, that's
Well,
the
I think
deal.
that's what they are, in
That's what
fact,
they're
setting up.
doing, and that's
Yeah, that's what they're doing, and it's what they did, going into 2023 playoffs,
mhm,
right? That seemed to have an effect. They brought in Pedro, who played really, whatever, and they brought in Miyumba, they brought in Jande, they brought in some more defense. They were working on some more defense. We brought in more of a defense with this window, and I
some
guess
mhm,
come January when you've got more expensive players available and more mobility from a purge the payroll kind of standpoint, the hope would be that they go out and kind of fix the DP mess that we're in right now. But like I still fail to see why it benefits us to play these people that may or may not be in the club's future plans.
the only
And if
DP we
and
have
if
right
they
now that
are in the
anybody else
club's
is gonna
future
give us
plans,
anything for is Alexi, and he's the one that's the only one that's doing anything.
I mean, this is why buyouts exist so that you can, when you fuck shit up, you've got a, auto self-destruct button to hit.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot. You know what? It's a lot of money, but in the long run, is it going to cost you more to lose the entire fan base that you have because you keep doing the same stuff and expecting different results?
They've lost a lot of it already. The amount of people I've seen posting on various social medias saying that they've canceled, and
Yeah.
people feeling a certain way about that. So I'm giving flack. Like, I get it. And I'm not there yet. I was close until season tick rep offered me 20% off to move up to the top, the very tippy top of section 102 in the supporters section, way up top. And there were some stipulations with that, like not being able to transfer or resell the tickets and needing to go to 12 of the 18 matches, etc., etc. So I took them up on that and spread the payments out over 8 months. It'll work. But if nothing changes, if this is still the same next year, you have to send a message. It's not about not supporting the team and being ride or die. Put that aside. That's bullshit. Money talks. It just does. And you have to speak with your wallet sometimes to say that, this isn't good enough and you guys have to get it right. It's not a lack of caring. I know Chris Henderson and Garth want to win. I know everybody wants to win, but you guys just haven't done it well enough. And you can't expect that you can keep Ronnie Dyla if you want because he's not performing, but we're going to let you know. And we have to. And that sucks. Nobody wants to do that. If we had even been just fighting for the playoffs, right? Close to ninth, eighth, something like that. 6, 7 wins on the season, couple draws, maybe one road win, something, right? To show, okay, it's not perfect and it's going to take a little bit longer, but this has just been on a level. So I get it. I totally understand people making that choice for themselves and their families. And in this economy, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So
Get it?
yeah, totally get it.
I mean, look, they got me for one more season,
So
but it's
Did you
getting
re
to
up
be.
all of them, or did you only re up two though? Because you were talking about
I don't
dropping
have
two of
any
them.
I
time
dropped
to
one.
even contemplate in my. So, Amy in her working life does not have 2 free minutes to rub together. So the team is benefiting from the fact that I have no bandwidth to try to assess this in a very real and sincere way. I'm letting it ride. This time next year, if we're having the same conversation, it'll be a much easier conversation for me because I'm just going to turn it off.
Right.
Like this is just like it just doesn't make any financial sense. And again, it's not ride or die. It's not like I'm not going to go to the game in some kind of way. But when I can literally either have a ticket handed to me for free or for less than nothing,
Yeah.
and I am personally investing $300 a game before I even set foot in the door. And I'm not trying to say that like that's, there are people that are spending a lot more than that. There are people that are spending less. But for me personally, like that's a significant amount of money that I'm putting towards something that I love and am passionate about. And if I could give those tickets away is the thing. You want to talk about setting money on fire, and that's really where we're at. But we've all hemmed and hawed on it. We've re-upped. I have faith that it's going to be better. I don't know why. I suppose that's why it's faith. There's no evidence. There's no reason for me to believe this other than I just do. Um, and I believe in the community that we have around
I
us,
was just,
and
I'm here
that's
for the
why I'm
community,
there you
man.
sitting here.
go, and that's why we're here.
I'm here for the community. I'm here because I need this, like
Yeah.
deeply need this, and it's why I'm
And we
concerned about
know,
the state of the team, because as silly as it might sound to people on the outside that aren't sports people or are invested in the culture that surrounds sports, particularly soccer. It sounds a bit silly to say that you're worried what this team is doing to the culture, but I am, because when it is this bad, it has a negative effect on that. And this is so important to me that I don't want to lose that. So I am there for one more year like
and
you.
I think we need to shout out all of the, the Gulch leadership,
Yes.
the people that are showing up day in,
Still
day
making
out. You guys know
tifos
who you
and
are. I'm not going to sit here and name everybody's names because there's a lot of you out there, but like the work that goes into it is thankless. And even more so when it feels like this. How do you muster the energy to keep us all together? We are so very appreciative of that.
deeply. Very much so.
Deeply.
Very much so.
Because, Lord knows it's hard enough to muster ourselves to sit in front of a computer and, talk some smack about, this horrible stuff that we are
Yeah,
continuing to,
it's
have to
extremely
kind of watch
difficult.
and
Seriously,
analyze. And
I didn't even
I'm
have to, put new clothes on or anything, but you guys have to like go down and that
And
you're and
I have
who
to
you
manage
are, like
fighting
setting up
animals.
early. Oh my
The cat and the
gosh.
dog are not getting along at all right now. You guys need to behave.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they're
goodness.
having
But
none of it right now.
again, and the one thing that gives you hope is like you go on to the Reddit, okay, and I know the Reddit is like so much of the social media stuff
Reddit
is just
of all
I
places
know,
to
don't
make the Reddit.
no, but there was okay. So like in the Reddit, I went in and perused it because I pick up some people have some interesting things to
Sure they
say. I
do.
try to give
Yeah, of
credit
course.
where credit is
Yeah.
due. For every 6 people that wanted to announce they dropped their season tickets because the team sucks, there was, hey, I'm a new Atlanta fan. How can you recommend that? Like I enhance my experience, or hey,
Find a
what was
different
your
team.
favorite away day and
Find a
why?
different team. That's my
So
Come
advice.
there's
on,
still
Glenn. Come
It's
on.
my advice.
No.
It's my advice.
No.
Go to LAFC.
anyway.
They got
I'm
Sun.
talking over you, so no one can hear your
They
negative
got
Nancy
Sun. Go to
BS over there.
LAFC, who had a
Oh my God.
already had a
You have to
No.
do it.
contribution.
Go
He
down to
earned a
lot
penalty.
17 where all of the folks are down there.
Yeah,
Rain,
I
shine,
kidded.
fun, not, good team, bad team, hot as heck or not.
Doesn't
We
matter.
have
We're all
immense
there.
people on the support side of this team. Amongst all the different
saying.
supporter groups, the amount of just new people I've met over the years and still meet every year. I make new friends every year. Amy, I barely knew you a couple years ago. And now we're besties. Now I spill my guts to you weekly.
Yep.
And you offer really sage advice.
I mean,
And you come
I
and
kind of knew
help
who
me
the Lady
take
Gays
exams
were in
and stuff.
passing,
It's amazing.
2 years ago.
Yeah, right?
You
Like,
know?
we're not friends. We're not friends if this club isn't shit. Yeah, right? There's your positivity. I'm trying.
Which is why this club could be shit, and
Right.
it doesn't
But
matter because
that's-
I'm still gonna freaking show up
But
and have a good
that's why I
time with my
want it
friends.
to be good. Because if it's good
Yeah.
and exciting and more importantly, just entertaining
It
and
gives
fun,
people
more people are
opportunity.
going to want to come experience that. And I'm going to
And,
have more
you know-
opportunities to meet new people. and have new friends. And, you know, I want to keep filling up my Rolodex. More people, more friends, more connections, bigger community, all of it. I just want that to grow. And it doesn't grow as well or fast when the team is this bad for this long. It's really hard to sell people on, come check out this 50-person environment. It's fire. You know? Like, it's tough. This team was the easiest sell in the world from 2017 and 19. It's why you had to have season tickets at first, because you couldn't get a
easy
ticket.
sell for 2021 when we came back.
Fair
and
enough.
like,
Sure,
know,
but you know what I'm saying.
Like, that's why there's a
this thing was
statement
the
that's
hottest
being
ticket
made by
in.
that
We were the
Leagues Cup
hottest
game
ticket
and
in
how
town,
empty.
man. Like, I remember. I'm old enough to remember MLS Cup 2018, freezing ass rain, cold tailgate, and everybody was in the Gulch, man. That tent,
Of course.
everybody was there. Or the stadium-wide tifo. Do you all remember that?
I loved working on.
Do you remember the stadium-wide tifo with all the
yeah, we worked on it.
Ball.
You know how many pieces of foil I stuck down in seats
I'm
and
telling you,
threw around? It was a lot.
Every seat was taken. All of them.
It was
all
levels.
Unreal. And now we can't fill the lower bowl.
Look, a statement was made with that Leagues Cup attendance. Okay, I've never seen.
I hope so, man.
Anything like it. I know it's a meaningless game or whatever.
Saw photos.
They can write that off.
Crazy.
I have to imagine that there was a long discussion.
Has to be.
In the meetings following that.
Has to be, man.
That game, because that was an eye opener. Even for those of us that know, like, it was probably going to be like that, like, I was a little stunned. I legitimately, we've had more people in the building for, I don't know, like
Unified.
a load in.
Unified.
It feels like we've loaded in a big enough tifo and we've had more people in the building.
For sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's real talk. Like, They gotta sort this thing out. The fans are not really at the breaking point, and especially next season. Like, if like the first 2-3 games don't go well, you're toast. Like, you're absolutely toast, and you should be.
You know, look, I'm gonna say the same thing that I said at the beginning of this season was I need more. As someone who puts what they put into this team, I'm gonna need more than the first just March being okay. I'm gonna need to get to May and be okay. Before I feel like I can really buy in heart and soul.
Even trust whatever's going on. I agree.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, look, I fully
can't trust this team. You know who you can trust?
I was just gonna say.
I bet you were.
I was totally going there. Get on my level. Get on my level.
Nobody can get on your level.
No. That's
nobody can get on your level. You are one of one. Nobody can get on your level. But you should get on Mason Mills' level. They're great. We love them. They take care of us on a physical level and a mental level. I want to shout out Dr. Cohen, who put out a really heartfelt and sincere video the other day. Dr. Cohen is the owner of Mason Mill. It was Sherwood Chiropractic back in the day, but he since took over for Dr. Sherwood and even made a secret relaxing room with a little hidden door room bookcase type thing named after Dr. Sherwood, the Sherwood room. But Dr. Cohen put out a video because we had a active shooter situation happen at Emory University just a couple days ago that has left 2 people dead. And that's a mile and a half from the practice. And he's had people coming into the practice who were affected by this, who live in that area and are scared, parents of kids who were in lockdown, things of that nature. And they come in and they talk to him. And he took the time to talk with them, and he's affected by this because he's part of his community. This is a big reason why we love them so much, is because they value community as much as we do. It is every bit as important to them as it is to us. And I just really want to thank him for his words that he said, his empathy, and just his perspective on time in life and how important both things are and how you should value both, because you just don't know what you've got on either. But shout out to him, and that's why we sing their praises. I mean, yeah, go in and get adjusted, and they'll take care of you, and that's all wonderful too. But it goes up beyond so much more than that, and I've just never experienced that with any healthcare provider that will let you come cry on their shoulder as they adjust you. You're just sobbing and okay, we're gonna drop you now. You know, incredible people, and you should go see them. I mean, you just won't experience anything like that when it comes to healthcare. They are one of one as well. This is what we look for in podcast hosts and sponsors, people that are one of one. So go check them out, 404-321-0082. Get you set up with your appointment, or you can make it on the web as well at masonmillcairo.com. And they're still looking for members for the Fall Savage Race Blitz on September 20th to join their team. So if you love obstacle courses and running, hit them up about that. I think they still have a few slots left, and they'll hook you up with some swag once you cross the finish line. Good luck. Be careful. Don't trip and fall. All right. Anything else apart from this team not being able to just sustain the periods where they look really good? Where we're kind of foot on the gas and got them pinned.
To not have another game go by that Luke Brennan doesn't start.
He's earned it.
I'm sorry.
He's earned it, right?
But I'm at the point where it just has to happen.
Team Brennan.
And whatever this experiment is with Brooks on the left, I'm not sure if it's going to get there. And if I get that they're trying to get Saba on the field, and that's probably why Brennan's off, but I need them both on the field.
I think we should just start rotating Brooks. Honest to God, play him as 10. Let's see what happens. Funsies. Put him up at the 9. Let him start for Latte.
Too. I would like to point out that Lennon actually was on the end of a couple dangerous chances.
Fair enough.
As well.
Fair enough.
So
sure.
I feel like Alexi is finally starting to figure some stuff out with players around him and use his spaces better and find himself in better spaces. And I feel like every time Brooks is on the field, it gets derailed.
Something like 4 goals in 5 games for him now, or something like that.
5 goals in 7 games.
Pretty good. Yep. Pretty good. He has been.
That's what you expect from a DP.
Yeah, those are more the
and
numbers
he has been
and
contributing
just
the
eye test.
Secondary.
It's passing the eye test, the effort, the work rate, the spaces he's in, the runs he's making, the passes he's making. It's fitting more into that it's not with Latte at all.
So I want to just roll back the tape to where we were a year ago, which is about maybe 3 to 4 weeks after Alexi had been signed to come in here. And, we were like, I think, it was like, okay, usually when you sign a DP, you're going to expect instant impact. And I said that Alexi's game was so cerebral, it was going to take a while. And I still stand by the fact that Alexi plays 4D chess out there with where he feels like he needs to go in the direction that he needs to find. I just think it took that long for him to figure out where that spatial awareness needs to be in relation to other people on the
pitch. I could give him more grace. I could give him more grace because of the virtue of the nature of his position. I give less to a striker because I'm sorry if the goal is open.
And I completely agree with you. And I'm gonna give less to Miggy because the man needs to learn how to use his foot.
Look, out of the 3 DPs,
one Brooks Lennon did attempt to actually take the shot with his left foot, which is more than Miggy has done with his right when put in the same positions.
It's absolutely true.
I think he's got to be able to, if Miggy wants to survive, he's got to be more adaptable. There's no way with the personnel that we have, that he can't. He's gonna have to find, like I said, and if he doesn't, and I want to see him more than anybody. I want to see him figure that out.
He's also got to trust the players around him, and you can tell right now the ones that he does and doesn't trust.
And he's got
There's a reason why Ronald Hernandez is still being put on the field, and it's not necessarily, and I mean this with respect to Ronald, not necessarily because he's our best option.
I understand.
It's because he has the best connection with Miggy at this moment.
It's what Maddie said back in April. Just trying to do too much. just trying to do much. It's why Miggy's constantly calling for the ball. He shouldn't be calling it. Like he just feels like he has to do the most, and it's got to be better. How crazy is it that out of our three DPS, Alexi has done the most? Low bar, I know, but he has.
I mean,
He has.
always said that he was the best one.
You did.
So,
To your credit, you
but
did. I don't know if I'm completely ready to eat my words, but I'll take a bite out of them. I'll nibble on them a little bit. I'll have an appetizer of words. I don't think it's a.
You want an
Yeah, take a
empanada
little
of
empanada. You want to
Alexi
stuff some
Pro?
words in there,
I like
and
it.
drizzle a
Like
little
that.
of your bean reduction on that shit. Little Alexi reduction on that shit. Sure.
A little Alexi
Yeah. God,
poutine,
don't
and
ever,
no,
never, ever say to me again, Alexi Poutine. Don't ever. It just sounds wrong on a lot of different levels. See the face? If you're not watching the video of this, Amy is
I
making
regrets. Like,
Amy
just
she
just
just
turned her
ate
face
she just
inside
ate a
out
lemon.
somehow.
All right. Um, I think that about does it here. Is there anything else either of you would like to bring up?
So hey, we do we're almost through this like dark time of no home matches, and granted, at least with home matches, you've got excuses to go hang out with your friends in person, and maybe have a pregame beverage or two to see you through.
Wow, Orlando
So I'm
4-1 over Miami.
good, good,
Sorry.
good. Wait. Though, was this the match that Messi and Suarez had to sit because of
No, they
suspension
out.
for not showing up to the All
No,
Star game? Just
Suarez is
curious.
out there. They're giving
Okay,
it.
I don't know.
Orlando's giving them the business.
I mean, look, I don't really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, I don't know. It's kind of hard to. I'm probably going to start paying attention to LAFC more just by virtue of
Hey, he got it.
Sun
He
being
earned the
there.
penalty.
And can I
guys,
just tell you?
jeez.
Can I just tell you how disappointed I am that that's not us,
I
that
know.
we had to go out and like, because I had said in one of our things that like, I didn't think Son was going to renew his contract with Tottenham. Like, it's definitely like, he's definitely getting, look, and this is not, the man is a legend, build the fucking statue. Full stop. I need
LA
to be
has the
100% clear
largest
of that.
South Korean population outside of literally South Korea in the world. There are other
They,
factors to why they
I,
can draw him there. I'm
100%.
sorry.
I don't disagree with you, but there were some very logical reasons that here would have been, I think, as reasonable of a destination as LAFC is, because he never had any interest in going to Galaxy.
He wants
And
to lift
it's
the
not like
trophy
Galaxy
sometime this decade, and that's not happening this year for
Galaxy
us.
just
They just lifted one
I
last
get
year.
He gets
I
another trophy. Another trophy. Sorry, I forgot you
you
got
know how
the one.
wait, Amy. He played for Spurs.
I
Do you
understand.
really
I have
think
suffered
that,
through the
like,
EPL talk enough to know what Spursiness is, okay? I also
okay,
know
so you
that you lifted
understand
some
that
kind of trophy that was not the trophy, but a big enough trophy that it
That's
counts,
a
and
real
now you're
not
trophy.
not a
the trophy.
Spursy.
It was a pretty
It's a big
big
trophy.
legitimate
Europa
trophy.
Europa,
League's a
I
big
think it was
trophy.
Europa League. That's the
Europa
second
is
one.
this
Underneath
it's
champions or whatever.
no, and he played for a Champions League final and he lost to
It's
freaking Cat's team
no
Liverpool.
Club
All
World
the more
Cup.
reason why. Why would he want to come here where you guys have been telling me statistically for a month and a half we weren't going to go anywhere or do anything? Whereas
I
LAFC has
think
everything ahead of them.
they do or they don't. I don't know. I feel like LAFC hasn't done as good of a job with their academy as we have, not by any
Doesn't
stretch.
matter when you can just bring in a couple of,
They spend.
Yeah, but
guys with
we
great
can
hair and amazing, better
but we
statistics,
could do that.
every year
We
or
could
He
do
used to
so.
do
that
that.
too. We could totally do that too. I just feel like in this one instance,
But we always
Sun as
found
a
the like but but
anyway, you're
but
not
let's
going to
be
let me
clear
finish my
though, our
point.
great
It's
hair
okay.
guys were not legendary of the world great hair guys. They were great hair guys that we found in the barrios and
I don't
brought
know.
in
Sun
right
doesn't
over
have
from
gray hair
okay,
yet, and
that's
Sun
what we
still
did in
has
2017.
Sun still has a lot of MLS miles in the tank. He's going to be in this league for 3 to 4 years. He's not coming here to sunset.
Yeah, unless it.
I mean,
I
he
don't
might be
think
coming
he
here to
is.
sunset,
I'm
but
just
like,
saying there's no universe in which we were competing for better or worse. Like I get your frustration. I wish
no,
that
I
Atlanta
think
did, but for whatever reason, we are always and seemingly will always be from a sports perspective, just like that next tier down from a destination.
I don't
perspective.
think so. I really don't
Second
think so.
second
I
level.
don't think so from a soccer perspective. I think we are somehow still managing to be a destination club. Otherwise, why do you have a guy, like Latte Lot,
I'm
who
not
at the time had multiple
I'm not
he had
saying nobody
multiple
wants to
options,
come here. I'm saying that you're not
including
bringing Sun. Like, that's
Amy,
just not
Amy,
where we're
including
at.
including the opportunity to go play in the Prem. He could have told his agent, "I'm not going to sign a contract with Atlanta. I'm only going to sign with Ipswich Town,
I
or I'm only going to
understand,
sign
but
with."
how has that worked out? Not so great right now. It's
But
not
that's my
helping
whole
our
point.
case
Is
for please come
back
here.
in
Like,
January, back in January, we were playing a little bit of striker roulette, okay? And there were multiple deals that were being bandied about,
mhm.
Latte Lot being one of them, or whatever.
I
I
remember.
kind of feel, in hindsight, we wound up settling for what may or may not have been the best option for us, because they felt like, okay, we're right here. We need to get the striker deal done. It may or may not be the right thing. It's definitely more risky, but we got to get it done instead of waiting until the summer window when you have a lot of bigger
Let's be
European names that are
honest, and let's
on the
just be
market.
honest. There is no universe in which we start the season without signing a big number 9 that every fan in Atlanta is not losing their minds. What are we doing? Why have we not done this? We're one away. All
I
we need
don't,
is this guy. Like,
and I don't disagree with that at all, Amy. But
that
what I'm
doesn't
saying
change
is
the
the
fact
smart
that when we
money.
were going after Latte, yes, we were playing in a little bit bigger of a pool as a result of the hard work that we've done over the last several seasons. That doesn't make Atlanta New
All I
York, and
want to
that
say,
doesn't make Atlanta LA, and it
I
doesn't make
don't think,
Atlanta
number one,
Miami
I
simply
don't.
by virtue of the fact that Messi is there and nothing else. Because otherwise, of
So
course,
I
we
don't
compete with
think
them.
I actually, in this instance, I kind of, it's hard to say, because Son is the player and Son is the human. He's such a big advocate for the game in Asia. He is literally, you go all over Asia, he's the face of the game there.
Which
And
is
I
all
get
the more
that.
reason why
But
LA made all the sense in the world.
you also, it's not like we have an insignificant Asian population here in Atlanta.
No, but
It's not like we
LA
didn't
has the
already.
largest population of Koreans outside of Korea. And it is closer from a time zone perspective. It's easier to go back and forth. There's more, and you've got a better team with better for right now. They've got the hot hand. Now, once we get the
I don't
National
know that they
Training
had the
Center
hot hand,
built
because I
here
don't
and we
think
get some
Lloris
other
has been
things,
all that great for them, and certainly we know Giroud did not
I
end
think you
well.
both are very close to convincing each other.
very close.
I
We've
think
like
if we
for
go on
the
for a
this,
few more
this,
minutes, I think you'll both get there.
All right, we're done. I give up with you. I'm done arguing with
I,
you
I
about
think I think
players.
both points of view are
it's
fair.
all good.
I hear you. Yeah,
It's more
destination or
fun than
not,
arguing about the same
are we a
thing.
destination or not? Clearly, we still don't have a problem attracting talent. That level of talent, we probably could, but that's also not really been what this club has
It's
been.
never been our philosophy.
No.
I just
So
felt like if we were ever going to have a change in
now would be the
philosophy,
time to
that's kind
switch
of
it
the
up.
one player I would have made an
Well, let's see
exception
what
for.
happens in the
Because
winter.
Fair.
Maybe
yeah,
Hendo's gonna be like, you know what? Well, I got the reins. Well, let me see who's using just for men hair gel out there and see who we can bring in.
hey, you know what? I will give Hendo full marks for bringing in a lot more pretty.
The handsome
Like,
quotient.
the team is
Yes.
instantly prettier.
Yes.
It's definitely more
Yep.
watchable now than
The
it was a
handsome
month ago.
quotient has been addressed, and that's good.
I'm here
Yep.
for that. There's some quality thighs out
Yep.
there now, and some lovely dark
Hmm.
eyes, and yeah, I'm
Good
good with
hair.
this. I'm good with that
I
level of
agree.
increasing the
I agree.
pretty.
You know, if it's not gonna be good soccer, just make it look good. You know.
I,
Yeah.
I
I agree.
yeah.
All right. When are we gonna play soccer again? When do we have to go through this again? I don't know.
This Saturday we go
Oh,
to the
Colorado.
Colorado Not So Crapids.
Yeah,
They used to be, but
I've
not
been to
so more
Colorado for an
anymore.
away
They've been
match.
quality this season.
Good away trip.
We get to see our old
Colorado.
friend Noah Cobb.
Uh,
And
yeah, that'll be fun.
yes,
If he sees the pitch, I
yes.
imagine he probably will. Good away match there. I don't think we've won out in Colorado. At least when I was there, we lost. But good stadium, good fans. It's kind of tucked away in the middle of a huge parking lot. Not the easiest
It's
thing to get
way
to.
out there.
Yeah, not the easiest thing to
Yeah.
get to. But it's cool and it's kind of sunken into the ground and it gets windy. It gets really windy. But I imagine it's nice right now. It'll probably be pretty hot. Um,
When they aren't having the prairie dog plague warnings, it's nice.
really.
Yes, prairie dogs, in case you didn't know, they do get plague, and occasionally, not all the time, but occasionally they have had to cancel or move Colorado Rapids games as a result
I
of
will
the
put that
surrounding
on the
area being
bingo card.
subjected to prairie dog
I
plague.
will put that on the bingo card. I make sure I have
Yeah,
prairie
please,
dogs in the
please,
bingo.
please. If prairie dog plague is mentioned, that actually, and Glenn, I know that you're really on the struggle bus right now. We need the bingo. We
I'll
need
do
the
it.
bingo back.
I'll put something together. I'll put something together.
Okay. Hey, and if you got, and hey, if all you fun listener friends out there, if you've got bingo card suggestions, please
Yeah,
submit them.
drop them wherever you
In
want
our
to drop them.
socials. Come at our DMs. We would love to
DMs,
hear what you want to
comments,
see on your bingo cards. That you feel like is either a very attainable thing or this totally weird esoteric piece of crazy that you never in a million years would expect to see happen, except it's Atlanta. So of course, Atlanta isn't
yeah,
a real
send them in.
place.
You can email them too if you want. 5takes on the 5stripes@gmail.com. So yeah, sure, go ahead. But I'll throw something together. You betcha. Yeah, I'll do that. I got a week to
And
do
I
it.
do,
And
and if
hey,
it helps, I do think it's highly likely that we see Noah Cobb. He did start the most recent game against
Okay.
Minnesota that
Yeah,
Colorado
I bet we see
won.
him. That'll be good.
So I
That'll be good. I'll
think we
be
will.
good for him when he scores. Congratulations, Noah. It's going on the card. It's going on the card. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for listening, supporting us, supporting Fan TV, our friends at Mason Mill,
Mason
all
Mill.
the other outlets out there, all the different pods, all of them. And most importantly, yourself and each other, those around you. You know, lean, lean and
Lean on your
pry.
people.
Lean and pry. Ask those questions constantly because you do not want to regret not asking. You know, the worst that you can get is maybe shut down a little bit. So what? You know, and ask again when you get shut down. I speak as somebody who maybe will shut down people, but I really want them to ask. I don't know why I am the way I am. Ask. Ask how someone's doing and keep asking because it's an important thing to do. All right, y'all. We will be back in a week's time. Until then, y'all be good. We will be back.
Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow.
Oh,
Meow meow
yeah.
meow meow meow. Meow
Why
meow
can't
meow meow
we be friends?
meow.
Okay, I got it.
Meow
Yeah, I got that
meow
one.
meow meow
Okay,
meow 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 meow
got it.
meow
Well done.
meow. Cool.
Approved.
Yay. That one took you way less time, Glenn.
Yeah, last week's I couldn't get it at all.